everybody, my name is Shah from Ida Jane Designs and thank you for visiting my channel today. I'm sharing a journal I created which is a flip-flop journal with two signatures. The signatures are sewn in between two vintage book plates. I've covered these with a sort of like a linen fabric. It's very pretty and I thought it suited this journal. The journal is I think I might have just said that it's a flip-flop type of journal. The spine is covered with a similar fabric, but it has some French script on it, which I thought suited and all went together. The journal has, so the top part of the journal, the cover, has turned into probably a little baby journal, really. It's a flippy floppy type of thing. That's how it's turned out. Very pretty. I've got lots of lace ruffles, lots of lace, some silk ties and ruffles and silk ribbons, silk fabrics throughout the journal. Some velvets, this pretty velvet, which brings me to the tie for the journal. Originally I have changed it out, so it makes me really happy looking at it, because this beautiful sari silk and then this little floral trim with lots of laces just is so pretty. And so I changed it out because I originally had a piece of raw silk here, which if anybody's worked with raw silk, it's absolutely gorgeous, but it frays something terrible. So opening and shutting the journal when I'm trialing it out, it was too fray, so I decided to change that to this linen with a sari silk closure. I have down the side, while I look at it, I have got some rusted, my little rusted dangle charms, and here I have placed a vintage rhinestone at the bottom of one of the pages. So because I did that, I didn't put any sort of through the middle of the two signatures. I didn't put like a dangle charm down the middle, which I do usually do, but I decided just that was enough. So the front cover, back to that, this is a photo frame from a digital that I've had for quite some time. I have used, I think she has, the lady that has it, it's a difficult name, but I'll put it in the description box below. But she has some shrines also, frames, and I have used those, probably not in my journals, but I've used those for gifts for people and things like that, which I have used those a lot. But because I decided to use this one, I have heavily distressed it, and I've made the photo. So the picture that I've used, I have had a couple of questions about that, and it's just an image that I found. I can't even remember where I found it, but I just saw it and instantly thought it reminded me of sort of a religious sort of Easter. So I've had it sitting there. I've not used it in a journal before, and I thought it just fitted perfectly with this little journal. So that's the front cover, and it does flip out. There's lots of interesting things in there. Inside, I've used quite a few digitals of my own, and I have also used other artists' digitals that I will list below. I like to do that and mix them up a little bit with my journals. Sometimes I just use my own, and the ephemera inside is some digital, and I have used some vintage ephemera also, and photos and postcards. So there's a few nice little things inside, lots of interest. And so yeah, that's about everything. You know, this is an original that I had, but this is a copy of it. So it depends on what I've used it for inside the journal, or on the cover of the journal. So I think that's about all. There's some pretty laces. Some are very old laces and some are not so old, for pockets and things like that. So yeah, I shall go and do a flip through to some music for you to relax and enjoy that, and I hope you do. And just before I leave you for now, I'd like to wish you all a very happy Easter, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye for now.